to another edition of Fight Interview with Eddie Ortiz here deep in the West Side at Lara's Boxing Gym. Eddie Ortiz, thank you for joining us, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Eddie, a lot of things going on right now in your life. Olympic trials, you got fights coming up. What's going on?
Just getting ready for the Olympic trials in December. Other than that, I'm just going out to New Jersey, having training camps out there, getting some good sparring. So, just trying to stay ready.
Now, you're training for the Olympic trials. When is that, in the latter part of the year, and what weight will you be representing?
That is going to be in December. They don't really have a set place or date, but they're saying Reno, Nevada, December 6th to the 12th, and I'll be fighting at 178.
Now, Eddie, you're a amateur standout and an Olympic hopeful. Now, what is it that you think you got to do to make that Olympic team?
Just outwork everybody else. It's that simple. I've already beat most of the competition. I beat the number 1, 2, and 3. So, I just know that they're going to be gunning for me, and my target's on my back. So they're out to get that revenge. Just got to work harder than them, that's all. And
that's because you've had a good showing in a little bit lighter than 178, correct? That was in 65?
Yeah, I won a national title at 65. I won a couple of Golden Gloves at 65. But I decided to move on up, try something new, and now I'm at where I'm at. Got the Olympic trials. I won U.S. Nationals at 178, so here I am.
For those of the fighters out there and wannabe fighters, what does it take to be an Olympic hopeful and amateur standout? Tell me a little bit about your team around you.
Yeah, I would say it's just learning every day with yourself and with your team. I have a very young team. It all started with Tony Ayala Sr. For those of you who don't know, his son was, a great pro.
The late Tony Ayala Sr.
Yeah, and late Tony Ayala Jr. Rest in peace to both of them. And we all just started from there. We've learned every day together. We've grown together. And I've been in the gym every day. That's really what it takes. You got to be in the gym every day. There's no breaks, no days off in this sport.
And that's been for you about 6 years now?
Yeah, 6 years I've been in here every day, except Sundays. That's God's day. But other than that, I'm here working.
Now, you talked about getting your start there with the Ayalas. Is that where you met some of the other fighters and part of your team now?
Yeah. That's where I met Hector Tanajara Jr., who's signed with Golden Boy now, making big moves, and Joshua Franco, a good friend of mine. He's also signed with Golden Boy, and they both represent RGBA. That's where I met them, and we became really close. Went to a lot of national tournaments together, won national tournaments together, and I've known pros like Nika Valenzuela or Valencia over there. Just met a lot of fighters, met a lot of different things, saw a lot of different things, and that's where I picked up all my stuff that I know from. So. And
that's Hector the Finito Tanajara doing big things over in LA now, and as part of Golden Boy's LA Fight Club. Now, moving on, you recently are being sponsored now by Rival Boxing Equipment. How do you feel about that?
I love it. That was my favorite gear coming even before being sponsored by them. I had a conversation with a good friend of mine, Emmanuel Ledesma, who's also ex-pro, and I told him that I love their gear. He asked me what my favorite gear was. I said Rival. He said he knew the owner, Russ Anber, and I said, well, that's great. Tell him, thank you for making such a good gear for us fighters, and he said, well, I'll do one better, and I'll just try to contact him and see if we can get something done about sponsoring you, and been about a month relationship with Rival, and here we are now.
And we thank you, Mr. Russ Anber.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Russ. I appreciate everything you've done for us.
Now, in the Olympic trials, let's just see the future a little bit, or try to see what we would like to see in the future. Say you make the Olympic trials, how do you think what do you think that's going to do for your career?
Oh, well, become an Olympian, because that's what the Olympic trials is for. I think I'm seeded number 2. If I can become the Olympian, that's not just something that'll do something for my career. It'll do something for all of San Antonio together. I think it'll do something good for the boxing community here and just our community here on the West Side. Wherever you're from, in San Antonio, this is for all of us, and that's what I'm aiming for, just to put San Antonio on the map,
Is that what is ultimately keeping you from turning pro?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say that Olympics comes around once in a lifetime. And now that I'm there, I'm already here. What's the whole point of starting back all over with the pros? I'm not saying I wouldn't be high up in the pros, but what's the whole point? I'm already there. Might as well give it a shot. I'm there in the trials already. I got my seed. Might as well just do it,
Do everything you can. Moving on. Big fight this weekend in Las Vegas. Boxers and Brawlers will be there. What do you think is going to happen?
Mayweather's going to win.
How do you if Andre Berto had a chance, what would it have to be?
Pressure, a lot of pressure. Keep him on the ropes and throw some angles. Nobody throws angles on Floyd Mayweather. I don't know what it is that they get caught up in just fighting in a straight line with him. I've only seen one fighter do it, and it's Castillo. And that was a great fight. I thought Castillo won personally.
First, Castillo won. A lot of people thought he won.
Yeah, but, you just got to make it awkward for him. But honestly, I think Andre Berto's, a little shot-born just from his brawls all over these past.
And he's had some wars.
He has had some wars. Robert Guerrero is a testament of that when they fought each other. But Floyd's got this. He's just great. He's a great fighter. He's the greatest, I think.
Well, Eddie, thank you for joining us here with BoxersandBrawlers.com. We thank Rival for sponsoring you and doing everything that they do in the boxing community. And we look forward to seeing you in the future. BoxersandBrawlers.com in association with Studio 1601 Music. Make sure you go check it out.